This guy bathes his paralyzed wife every night, but today, he had just put on the bathwater. Suddenly, he slipped and hit the sink. Then he fainted straight away. The wife was desperate. As the water was still flowing into the bathtub, the water level had already reached her neck. She was paralyzed and could do nothing, realizing that at this rate she might drown. Now the woman had to find a way to save herself. So she put her hopes on her right foot. She tries to hook out the drain valve at the bottom, but the paralyzed body was powerless. Reluctantly, Annie tried again and again. Finally, she did her best to pull the valve open, but only opened it a fraction of an inch. The water is coming in faster than it can drain out, watching the water about to flood her nose. Annie rushed to keep pulling on the valve with her foot, but this was a mistake. Instead of pulling out the drain valve, she accidentally broke the chain. Annie pinned her hopes on the shower. She then transferred all her strength to her left hand. She wanted to try to move the shower, to control the water release switch. However, this was too slow to be efficient. The rising water level gradually overwhelmed her. Undeterred, Annie decided to put up a fight. At the very moment of crisis, she gives a powerful tug. Although she succeeded in slowing down the flow of water, but the water continues to rise. She still couldn't get out of the danger. In order to be able to break this predicament, Annie slowly put her feet out of the water and then focused her weight on the palms of her feet. She then built up her strength to smash the drain valve. It was good that she finally smashed the valve. As the water level gradually dropped, Annie was able to escape from the danger. But at this time, she was surprised to find her paralyzed body actually reacted. But now, she was not the time to be happy. Then she held the edge of the bathtub with her hand, slowly getting up to check on her unconscious husband. However, the bizarre thing was, her husband had unexpectedly disappeared. Looking at the bright red footprints on the ground, Annie felt a sense of horror. Obviously, her husband was not unconscious. Why did he let her drown in the water? Annie recalled a few days ago what her bestie had told her. Her husband was probably having an affair. Combined with what happened to her now, it seems that this was her husband's plan, to murder her. Annie shuddered at the thought. In order not to let her husband's plot succeed, she struggled to climb out of the bathtub, but as her body had not fully recovered, she could only crawl slowly with her upper body, with a strong desire to survive. Annie struggled to stand up, then violently pounced in front of the phone, picked up the phone to call the police for help. However, the phone line was also ripped off by her husband. At this time, a black shadow suddenly appeared outside. Annie immediately grabbed the glass to protect herself. However, when she came outside, she realized the black shadow was just a curtain blown by the wind, but she still didn't dare to let her guard down. She then slowly walked towards the downstairs, afraid that her husband would suddenly come out to murder her.